Hey, welcome back to Beach Life Barbecue. It's been a little while since I've made one of these videos. I'm not really going to do a recipe today. I'm going to talk about care of cast iron. This is my cast iron skillet. If you don't have one, I suggest you get one. I absolutely love them. I actually have 3 of them. The problem is the other 2 look like this. They came from a garage sale, and this one I immediately cured and took really good care of. And this one and the other one got left outside. And they sat outside for a couple of years, and then I moved them into my garage, and then they got forgot about until I realized that I needed this size. So we're gonna clean it up today, get it all cured again and ready. If you think this is trash, it's not. This is a perfectly good cast iron skillet, just needs a little bit of love. Anyway, I'm gonna go through how to re-cure your cast iron, and let's get started. Okay. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and give this a quick brush off with a little steel brush. The iron dust was getting a little much. My pan scraped down. I've gotten a lot of the rust off. Any of the crunchies and stuff that was on here is now gone. It actually even looks more red, but now it's time to start seasoning. The seasoning process is really simple. You want to take an oil or a fat, olive oil. Not my favorite. It's got a really low burning temperature, so you can do it in this, but yeah. Vegetable oil, a lot of people like using canola or vegetable oil. I am personally a big fan of pig fat. This pan looked like this pan about 4 hours ago. You can see on the back, I haven't done the back of it yet, but the inside was done with just bacon grease, pig fat. Heat it up, cool it down, heat it up, cool it down. Don't want it to get too hot because you don't want the fat to burn. You don't want your oil to burn on there. If it burns on there, it creates other problems, and then you kind of have to start over. But whole idea is you're expanding the molecules, they're absorbing the oils and fat, and then they're contracting, and they expand and contract. I'm gonna bring this up here. I have not actually poured any oil up onto this handle. Pig fat or bacon grease has not actually been up on this handle. This is wicked up through the metal all the way to this point on its own from heating and cooling, heating and cooling. So I did this on purpose to show you how the cast iron, because it wants that oil, grease, fat, whatever, it's actually pulling it up into the rusted section. So it's a good visual to see as the oil, the iron is actually pulling it. And I've heated and cooled this about 5 times right now, and maybe you can see it, but I actually have a layer of pig fat down at the bottom that I'm going to use to now cure this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and heat this up, pour it into that one, and then we'll go from there. I love these disposable brushes. You can get them for a couple bucks, or actually less than $1 at the Home Depot or different places. But I'm just going to take it and brush that fat all the way around my pan. Done all the sides. I have gotten it completely covered. I'm gonna just put the lid on this. I don't want it to get too hot, so I'm gonna turn my air way down. Now we're just gonna let it sit until it heats up. So these have been on for about 15 minutes. You can see that it's not too hot. It's got a little bit of smoke coming off of the bacon grease, which is why I do it on the grill as opposed to inside. I've seen people do it in their oven, but It ends up creating a lot of smoke in the house that you just don't need. So I'm going to pull these off, let them cool down. I'm going to give them a wash. And then I ran out of pig fat or pig grease, so what I'm going to do is use a little oil, put them back on, heat them back up, and we'll just finish it off with a little canola or vegetable oil. So I put these, after I washed them, I put these out on the grill just to kind of get them to dry off. The heat evaporated the rest of the water that was on them. I'm going to just use a little bit of vegetable canola oil now. These have been on for about 45 minutes now, just sitting out here cooking. I've come out a couple times with my brush, and this is one of the reasons why I always get the cheap brushes, is because they kind of get beat up. And I've just given them a quick rub down. I went ahead and put my big cast iron on here. I figured if I'm seasoning these two small ones, I should probably just go ahead and re-season the big one too. And they are pretty much done. Charcoal has pretty much burnt itself out. So the heat is cooling down. I'm gonna go ahead and just let these sit for a little bit longer. Once they've cooled down a bit, I'll take them off, clean them up, and then we'll get a good look at them. So we're done. I got my pans all seasoned up and oiled and ready to go. I'll put a little picture of what this was the really bad rusty one that I hadn't done anything with before when I started this video. So I'll put a picture up here next to it so you can see the difference between the before and after. This project took me a couple hours, but it was definitely something not that I spent a couple hours on. I probably maybe spent 15 to 20 minutes in the entire time going back and forth, cleaning it up. I very easily could have done this while doing something else. If you ever see cast iron at a garage sale or anywhere and it's all rusty and nasty and someone's getting rid of it because they think it's junk, it's not. These are some of the best pans. I use them all the time. At least I use my big one all the time. Hey, thanks for watching my video on how to recure and season a cast iron pan, especially old ones that have been sitting out and they're all rusty and nasty. If you like the video, go ahead and hit the like button down below. If you want to see more of my videos having to do with cooking, barbecue, I know it's Beach Life Barbecue, but I do a lot of different things in the kitchen, appetizers, side dishes, all sorts of good stuff. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I try to put out a video every couple weeks. Anyway, I appreciate it, and I'll see you at the beach.